What up, y'all? Planet of Figs Global News here. And I'm going to start this off with, I want people to know, people that are not loyal to America will never be loyal to Americans. Now, I know United States is America. Citizens don't understand what I'm saying, and I could care less. But just remember, Planet of Figs told you, people not loyal to America can never and will never be loyal to the Americans. And as you know, Americans don't live in states. States are companies, foreign companies, not places or governments. So we don't live in those. To those that do live in states, more power to y'all. I hope your state protects y'all. I hope it gives y'all everything in life that you've been lied to and told you're entitled to. Just think about that. You don't know what you're living in, but you entitled to something. Anyway, this video is about those stimulus checks. I showed y'all on my live, I included the video in here, about how those stimulus checks are not even checks. They're basically tax refunds in advance. So people next January gonna get a surprise when they expect their refund check. They're gonna see the deduction from the Covid-19 stimulus. Now, what's so strange and what's so funny and ironic about these checks is everybody saw Trump talk about $2 trillion needed. Don't you know, to give every U.S. is a citizen $1 million would only be $1.7 billion. Did y'all hear what I just said? To give each and every citizen $1 million would only cost the U.S. roughly, let's say $2 billion, because they're going to pay an interest. And if people paid that back, it would be even less, right? But people are not going to pay it back, so that $2 billion will grow to whatever. But I'm telling you right now, $2 billion would give each U.S. citizen $1 million. How so? Easy. It's only 175 to 180 million U.S. is a citizens. Now, if you gave each of those citizens, right, $1 million, how much is that? If you gave, look, think about it, 175 million people, giving them $1 million a piece roughly comes out to, because think about it, if you gave 175 million people $1, that's 175 million. If you gave them $10, what's that? 17 million, right? If you gave them $100, that's what? 170 million. No, I done fucked that up. 107 million times 1. I might have to get the calculator. Alright, so I'm here. Look, 175 million, right? Times 1 million. And what is that? Now let's see. 175 trillion. So they're claiming you would get 175 trillion will give each U.S. citizen $1 million. All right, so you don't get $1 million. Let's say you get 100,000. Yeah. And that's 17 trillion. The U.S. owes 23 trillion right now, 170 something on unfunded liabilities. So look, that's each citizen getting $100,000 would be 17 trillion. Let's see, 10,000. See that last one? You saw that right there? What's that? That's 1.7 trillion. Yep, 1.7 trillion to give each U.S. citizen $10,000. He asked for 2 trillion. At 1.7 trillion, that's enough to give each citizen $10,000. Based on that $10,000, the citizens should have the option to use it on things that they'll need to survive COVID for the next couple months. Don't that make sense? Like those that will need medical, they will have $10,000 to help them get to and from those treatments that's already going to be funded. It'll also have money for people to pay for their own equipment. You understand? But it would also give people enough money to start little interim companies that could help people even vet those that are sick quicker. That's $10,000 per citizen. And let me show you how much the debt was again. Alright, so we here at the US is a debt clock. You think I'm lying? Look, usdebtclock.org. Your average know everything. US is a citizen. Don't know nothing about this. This is grown folks business, not minors mentality business. Anyway, let's get to what this video is about. This video is about the national debt of the US is a citizens. And you know, US is a citizens, they think states are places. So this debt belongs to them. That's why they say our debt. Don't you know we bankrupt? Now, they will lie to you and they'll try to say, oh, I live in a state. And then they'll turn around and say, don't you know the state is bankrupt? They don't know how the state is bankrupt, but they live in it. Why would you live in a bankrupt state? Could that be the source of your problems? I don't even care. That's on you. But anyway, if you think the United States is a government, tell me, since when do citizens owe governments? I thought governments owe citizens. And when you're going to take control of the government knowing you owe it $75,000? Stupidity, but people love stupidity. Let people love their state. Anyway, debt per taxpayer is what you need to see. Because these are the people that's working debt-paying jobs in their state. Like if you're a taxpayer, you work in 2 jobs because pretending the state's a place is one job that they're not paying you for. So that's your free job. Pretending that the state exists is your free job. But now that you're in doing a free job, you're in a free job with a job. Yeah, you're in a free job with a job. So as a taxpayer, you owe them more money because you're in their foreign company that you think is an American place. You actually owe them 97 on top of the 74. So if you got a job, you roughly owe them about 264. And this is the federal government. And everybody knows federal means foreign. You probably think federal means government, but how much sense would that make talking about the government when you say federal government? If federal meant government, why would it be followed by government? Things I ask US is a citizens that they can't answer. Too smart, too busy smoking each other. I don't know. I don't even care. They won't be here in 50 years. But anyway, let's come right here. And yeah, this is funny too. Because now look, even though you owe 267 to the foreign creditors that's going to take everything, your house, your kids, your car, everything, you owe them 438,000 more. This is what you're liable for. They showed you 267,000 for federal citizens, but you gotta forget, you also a state resident, you owe them money. You a city resident, you a member of all these associations, you a member of a union, all this dumb stuff, those get added on here, which you're not gonna be able to pay for. So based on that, you gotta go inside a debtor's prison. Oops, I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, they got debtor's prisons that they're gonna be building here and putting each one of these guys in one. You know, Americans, they're smart enough to renounce their citizenship before that happens, and we'll basically just be going to war with foreigners over here taking over the United States foreign company on America. But that's beyond the span of this video. But anyway, y'all keep pretending state means place in government. You haven't been to work in 3 weeks. You're not going to be returning to work. But keep lying to your babies. The same way you were lied to and you're a stronger person, you lying to your babies, making them stronger than you, and you don't even know what you're living in. And you worked for 50 years. Hopefully, they won't be as lucky. But let's get back to the intro. All right, so we back. I showed you that top secret stuff. That's not even top secret. It's just grown-up stuff, and you're surrounded by a bunch of minor mentality USSA citizens, which is fine with me. I don't have no problem with USSA citizens. They are not in my way. But this video is basically about those stimulus checks. I just showed you how much money it would take to give each citizen $10,000, $100,000, and $1,000,000, and you're well over that in owing people debt. But I wanted to ask y'all, what do you do to somebody you don't like when you got their credit card? Not that you're a criminal or anything, but you might just run it up so they could be in debt, right? Don't you know the United States is in debt because foreigners own the United States? So they don't got to steal their own credit card. They just simply buy and spend it on whatever they want to spend it on, and they hold the citizens responsible. So all you people that sitting here hurraying over $1,200 stimulus checks, that's just your next year's income tax, you got absolutely nothing but victims from COVID and your United States company posing as a place so it could be your government is adding another $2 trillion to the debt, and you got absolutely nothing but deaths and your income tax early. Can't you tell these are foreigners running your US is a company? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's really messed up. It surrounds these stimulus scam-offs. Plenty of the fix. With that being said, what you heard and saw was the content. For additional content, click the link in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall, and if you have time, go to www.amore-eka.com/TV. That's our Planet of the Fakes too. We are the new umbrella, Planet of